Hey guys, Chase E here with Bite Size Success, and in this video we're going to be talking about how your subconscious uses multitasking in order to hold you back from your true potential. Okay, so what is multitasking? So multitasking is simply doing two things at the same time, right? It's listening to music while you're working on a project. It seems harmless, but when it comes to your brain's true potential, it actually is very harmful. And that's because your conscious mind can't multitask. It appears that you're multitasking, but what's happening is you're actually task switching. You're switching very quickly from one task to the next. And when you do that, not only does it require energy when you switch, but you also lose momentum and you're unable to go deep and really focus in all your brain's power into one task. And in essence, what's actually happening is you're only using, maybe 25% of your brain's capacity. And so when you actually focus in and concentrate and you do one task at a time, that's when you're using, the other 75% and you actually get smarter. So what's happening is, and the reason why your subconscious likes this so much is because when you stay shallow, it requires less energy, and your subconscious is all about reserving energy. And so your subconscious actually encourages you to task switch like this in order to prevent you from using all or using as many resources. On top of the fact that we're so used to getting these dopamine hits from social media, from Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook, we're so used to getting on our phone and getting that quick dopamine hit that we've actually enabled our subconscious to create all of these habits that allow it to constantly be multitasking. We're never not multitasking, right? When we're working on a project, we're in a meeting at work, we're on our phone, we're on social media, we're texting, we're doing all these things. We're really carrying out all these habits our subconscious has made because we're on social media so much. We're constantly trying to get these dopamine hits that prevent us from actually being present and from actually diving in deep with the task at hand, which is a real bummer because we're living life with only 10% capacity when we really want to be living life at 100% capacity, because that's how we level up and that's how we get better. And that's how we, of course, unlock our true potential and vastly increase our productivity. Now, I understand that multitasking is a very simple concept that's covered in a lot of other areas. It's very widely known that it's a bad thing, but it's one of those productivity tips, hacks, strategies that if you don't address, nothing else is going to work for you. So if you don't take it seriously, nothing else is going to work for you. You'll still only be making micro increases where you increase your productivity by 5% or 7%, whereas avoiding multitasking will increase it vastly by 100%. And over time, that makes a huge difference. So what I propose that we need to do, and I've started doing this myself, is we need to isolate our most important work, and then we need to do on a monthly basis multitasking audits where we audit the time that we are doing that work and making sure that we're not multitasking at all during that work. So before we move on, I wanted to take a moment and dive in deeper into what this monthly audit actually looks like, because I feel like it would be helpful for you guys. So what I do is I take a day at the beginning of the month and I review my most important work. Now, that might raise the question on what my most important work actually is. And the best way I can describe it is, or how I do it, is how I break it into two different categories. The first is what my goals are, and the second is what keeps me afloat. So my goals. So these are, of course, a bit self-explanatory, but it's worth being said that I take the time to make sure that I'm scheduling time for my goals and that, again, that time is distraction-free. So my goal of becoming stronger physically would direct me to making sure that the time I have allocated to exercising is distraction-free. Or my goal of building up a YouTube channel, which translates to creating helpful videos. That action of creating these videos needs to be done distraction-free. Second category for what my most important work is what keeps me afloat. These are things like my job, which pays the bills. It's important to do this work well so that I can not only take care of my family, but also to increase my opportunity to advance when positions open up. When you start comparing the levels of productivity between two people where one is addicted to multitasking and the other knows how to focus, the person who knows how to focus is going to look much more attractive from a promotional point of view. So if it keeps me afloat or is part of my goals, then I treat it as important work that needs to be done distraction free so that I can bring my best brain forward and increase the level of effectiveness I bring to the table. Then I use my calendar and I schedule that distraction-free time in so that when the day comes, all I have to do is follow the calendar. I'll input the time I'm working on my goals and I'll input the time I'm working on important work for my job, because now if I listen to my calendar, I know I'm bringing my best brain to the table and I'm maximizing my ability to work towards a better future. And the reason that we do this on a monthly basis is because life is crazy, systems change, our life changes, and it's easy as life changes for us to fall back into our original default where we just go back to multitasking because it's easy. It's what we remember, it's what our subconscious is comfortable with, it's within our comfort zone. But if we really want to unlock our true potential, we really need to be focused in. We need to know what our most important work is, and we need to make sure that we're very present in that moment, that we're not multitasking during that time, and that we're separating that work with distractions. So it's okay to still do social media and stuff like that, but we want to make sure that the time that we're focused on that work is separate from the time we're focused on social media. So you take breaks and you do social media on your breaks as opposed to when you're actually doing your work. And through this, you'll actually vastly see your productivity increase, not only this month, but the future coming months, because you're actually leveraging a system that works for the entire year because you're revisiting it every single month. So even as your life changes, as you get better, as things differ, you'll still be going back every single month and auditing your most important work and making sure that you are using 100% of your brain power instead of what everyone else is using, which is only 25%. So guys, I hope this was helpful to you. If you found this at all beneficial, please give this video a thumbs up. It really helps me out. And if you want a free course on how to cure laziness without working hard, which in essence is how to work smart instead of working hard, go ahead and there's a link down below where you can get it for free. And guys, thank you so much for everything. Thank you so much for your time, and I'll see you in the next video.